Routines all practiced to perfection, we hope. So you think you can dance in 45 minutes. Right now, though, on BBC One and BBC One HD, this might just send you over the edge. The Doctor's doing a jig with pirates.
So because of the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony, our sporting fun is later than scheduled. Now on BBC One, Saturdays may be super, but Wednesdays aren't bad either.
Let's update the headlines on BBC One. Kate Silverton has the latest BBC News.
With tales of the origin of racing horses and plenty of heirlooms up for auction at Ely Cathedral for Flog It in 45 minutes. But now on BBC One, don't be fooled by its beauty.
An explosive EastEnders coming up in half an hour. Now this is BBC One HD. Viewers should tune to BBC One for their regional programme.
We're bound for Muppet Treasure Island this afternoon from 1:15, but now on BBC One, Tim Wonacott's back on the old 9 to 5. Oh, it's no way to make a living.
This is BBC One with all the League Cup action. Through the night now on BBC One, David Dimbleby presents the election results of Vote 2011.
A ventriloquist and his dummy in need of a talking cure, with doctors at 1:45. Now on BBC One and BBC One HD. What are you looking for, Tim?
A check on the afternoon headlines now on BBC One. Kasia Madeira has the latest BBC News.
It's live and they need your votes, so you think you can dance in 45 minutes. First though, in high definition on BBC One HD, can the Doctor drive out the silence?
Bringing a family back together with a little help from their friends. DIY SOS here on BBC One and BBC One HD after our midweek date with Matt and Alex.
We'll be at Lottery HQ from 5 to 8 here on BBC One, now and in high definition on BBC One HD. Meet the Gangers.
We're off to the races on Bargain Hunt in half an hour, but first on BBC One, here's Jenny Bond.
No meat, no fish, just veg. A tough task tonight for our budding master chefs at 9. But right now on BBC One, one man who definitely needs a decent night's sleep.
He's a master at acting the tough guy. Ray Winston drops by the One Show tonight at 7. Playing mean and moody now, though, on BBC One and BBC One HD, it's You Know Who.
Olympic and Paralympic athletes become bargain hunters for children in need in half an hour on BBC One after Alid goes rummaging.
A friendly face returns to the square, and it's one that will hopefully put a smile back on Whitney's face. EastEnders in half an hour. For that on BBC One and BBC One HD, here comes Bang Goes the Theory.
So a whole list of reasons to stay with BBC One. Who Dares wins a new series at 8. First, and in high definition on BBC One HD, the judges have double trouble.
EastEnders, February 19th on BBC One.
Well, if you missed the final episode of Material Girl, catch it on the BBC HD channel tonight at 8. Wedding Day surprises here on BBC One, and watch out at the end of the show for someone you may know.
Now on BBC One, before tonight's Holby, Bianca's wedding plans are in full swing.
So, 8 Dorothy's one step closer to those ruby slippers over the rainbows on the way, so don't move a muscle. In fact, whatever you do right now on BBC One and the BBC HD channel, don't blink.